A huge part of the home buying process is getting the right loan and finding the right mortgage loan officer. We call them MLOs to help you. And you need to start the loan process before you even start looking at homes. Why? Why would you spend time going to look at a Ferrari when you could only qualify for a Kia? And even worse, let's just say you buy the Ferrari, and even though you really can't afford the Kia, the next thing you know, the car company shows up and repos your car and they keep your $10,000 down payment. Something similar to that can happen when buying a home if you get the right loan approval. When you're properly pre-approved for a mortgage, that amount is essentially your budget cap for buying a home. It can be tempting to peek at homes prices above the limit that you're approved for. But however, this can lead to setting unrealistic expectations and disappointments. Imagine falling in love with a $500,000 home when you're only approved for $400,000. And even though this home is out of your reach, it might make the homes within your budget seems less appealing, even if it's lovely and meet all your needs. So focusing on your home within your budget helps you stay grounded and make good decisions, and they won't come back to bite you later. So knowing that your budget will help you better appreciate the homes that are financially comfortable for you. And when you do find the right home in your range, you can make a strong competitive offer without overextending your finances. Plus, if you find yourself in a seller's market where the demand outstrips supply, prices can even driven up and buyers find themselves in a bidding war. Looking at homes above your budget in such climate is discouraging and a waste of time. Even homes priced are at your upper limit might sell for more than your asking price. So you need to have an expert guidance that will really can afford and how market conditions play out into it. Remember, the home doesn't have to be your forever home. Starting with what you can afford now puts you more into the path of home ownership without compromising your financial health. Over time, as your equity grows and your financial situation changes, you can move up to the proper home. You might be thinking you can adjust, go online and apply for a loan. Big mistake. These online applications rarely, if ever, ask the level of information needed to approve you the loan that you need. Why they say you qualify based on your first application isn't necessary actually getting a pre-approved. So find the home that you want. It's time to put a loan in place. So you need to do the right thing early on. Plus, seriously, there's so much trouble that you can get in with various parts of the loan process. If you don't have an expert MLO guiding you, you need to be careful. You need to be pre-warned. You need to know these things that an expert tell you, which by the way is a lot. With all the mortgages, the old saying, the devil's in the details, couldn't be more true. Your MLO plays a pivot role in the indicator process, which meticulously attention to the documentation is non-negotiable. So every document, every figure, and every single signature carries weight, and even the smallest oversights can cause problems or make a difference between you getting the home you want or not. Or even worse, making you pay for things that you shouldn't have been paid. But when you go to the online lender, no one really knows your situation. So odds is that you'll lose money you should have not lost and end up with a loan that isn't really your best interest. That is why it's crucial to have an MLO who's not just there, but also has an eagle eye for spotting discrepancies or errors that could potentially derail your application and cost you money, or even worse, cost you getting a home at all. So when it comes to real estate, we always say location, 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 right? Well, when it comes to choosing a good MLO, it's experience, experience, experience. A seasoned MLO can guide you as to what you do as well as you can afford and the loan amount that you can qualify for. An experienced MLO knows what to foresee and questions to ask to keep your money safe. Plus now, ways to overcome potential challenges and the inexperienced MLO may not have. So for example, imagine you are eager to ready to buy a certain home and meet with less experienced MLO. They tell you so bad, so sad, you cannot purchase the home because you did not qualify for the loan. So your hopes and dreams are shattered, right? Oh, but wait, that experienced MLO you hired didn't even know that the X, Y, and Z program existed. So maybe you are a teacher, a veteran, a doctor, a nurse. Guess what? Maybe you never bought a home. Maybe you haven't bought a home in 3 years. These are programs that are out there to help you save and qualify. And eligible to qualify as a first-time home buyer even though you bought a home in the past, but only an MLO and an agent who has your back and been in business in a while should know that. My point is that you need an experienced, qualified MLO and an agent working together so that on your behalf, we know the difference between loan programs and grants. You need someone you will be creative thinking about the traditional ways that you can qualify for a loan and get into that home. Many MLOs and agents don't even know what is not available to help you. So you need an experienced agent and lender to help you navigate from day one. In fact, you shouldn't even be out looking at homes until you're pre-approved and qualified, because there is no point. A pro tip, you can get several recommendations from your agent who has built relationships with other lenders. Your agent will know who to trust based on the track record and working with them in the past. By the way, there is an entire video that I can do on the difference between pre-qualifications and pre-approval. There's a huge difference. I'm Hugo with Coldwell Banker. I'm looking forward to see you on video 4.